Milk. What the hell is that?
So how did the Stalker
I think it's
fanfiction reading go?
inflation.
It was good.
Link me. Okay, yeah, Mercy, I said the manipulation.
I already told you, read the Communist Manifesto, you fuck.
Well, Mercy, send me something and then I'll like have a quick read through and see what it's like.
I'm gonna go back to doing my stuff, aka
Yeah.
masturbating to furry porn.
Nice. Word count 3,500. It's the milk one. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Etrons.
Yeah.
I almost have the same message count as you, only 7 messages short.
Are you sure?
Yes. Look at image dump.
Rip Mercy.
You have 29,053. Yeah.
Fucking 007.
You have 29,053.
Yeah, Mercy, send me one. Something. I don't know.
No, Doug, it says you have 200 less words than I do.
Wait, but in image dump.
I am not reading the milk one with 3,500 words.
The milk one is actually horrible.
Warnings, enema, choking, rim job, BDSM, relationship with previously established safe words. I am not reading this.
Read it.
I am not reading the milk one.
The milk one's
Read it.
inflation with milk.
Read it,
No.
or Etrons will read it.
I don't have a voice that's good enough for reading, dude.
Okay, then the farmer.
Farmer?
Yes, Yobaniti farmer.
Give me the PDF or the freaking doc.
Okay, Pyro, give a Kek the milk one.
My Kek's gonna read it?
Yes.
Yeet.
This is, we're just gonna take turns in reading stuff now.
Oh boy.
Probably.
Okay, nice.
From top to bottom. From top to bottom. The next is Nah, never mind. Wait.
Be back soon.
Uh-huh. Oh shit.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you for
Ryan
reading
was
my
kneeling
story,
in the bathtub, a towel under his knees and another under his hands. His head turned as he craned his neck to watch Brendan working. The younger boy swirled the spoon around it in the oval large bowl before tapping it against the rim and laying it on the counter. You know, you know it will cool down a little once I get in the bag, but that's good. Brendan bent over. Oh no. Oh no. It's gonna be bad. Brandon bent over to next to the tub so Ryan could slowly dip 2 fingers into the bowl, nodding once. It's fine. Brandon nodded again, reaching out to stroke Ryan's hair before standing back and returning to the sink, where all of the equipment was spread out. The hook was already hanging from the shower curtain, so Brandon could hang up the bag as soon as it was full. Go ahead and take the full out, baby. His voice was so soft and gentle. And start with your fingers. It was the gentlest of the darker interludes. No name-calling or hair-pulling or punishments for noise of pain. It hurt enough on its own, was regarding enough on its own. Brendan didn't need to add anything to that. Brendan felt a small tremor run through his body. Brendan felt a small tremor run through his body as he heard soft moan coming from the bathtub. Knew the other boy had just extracted the plug. He glanced up the mirror, watched the boy set the glass plug on the edge of the bathtub, next to the bottle of lubricant. Ryan picked up the bottle, desperate to feel himself as he opened it, dipping some lubricant onto his fingers and rubbing them. It was cold to the initial touch, but warmed as the fingers moved. Okay, I must stop here. Someone else can continue.
Why do you give up?
Yes. My mom's in the house.
Okay, I'm gonna try reading message thing.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, mute yourself.
Everybody, buckle up, mute yourselves, and you farmer, do it as well. Yeah, no. I am the captain now. You do what I tell you to do. Mute yourself, Jedward, and don't ask questions.
Hi.
Mute yourselves, you fuck.
Mute yourself and reading stuff.
What?
Mute
Mute
yourself.
yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't ask questions. Thank you. So, welcome aboard to Stalker's reading session. Today we're going to be reading something created by Mercy. It's just called Prologue, Part 1, so here we go. You woke up to a slap. Someone in a heavy leather cloak sat in front of you. His green eyes, strangely singular, glowed in the dark of the night. The campfire behind his back lightened up the whole place. It took a while for your eyes to adjust, and when they finally did, you couldn't believe it. The campfire was surrounded by no less than a dozen dead people. Once you recognized someone's mutilated face among them, you started screaming and tried to free your arms from a rope, which tied you to a tree. But no one came, mocked the cloaked guy silently. He was not even trying to shut you up. Seems like no one would ever hear you in the depth of this forest anyway. Suddenly, you heard a child crying. That girl. She was alive. The moment you noticed her, you immediately went quiet. If they haven't killed her yet, you might still get out of it. With or without her. Well, you were no young boy, and as a merchant and as a human, you always remembered the one thing that your father had taught you. The fittest shall survive, both in market and life. You looked at the girl. She was frightened. You never saw her that scared, despite the fact that she, and you too, has been through a lot of stuff. So, the girl, the cloaked guy asked, in a by-the-way voice, seeing what you were looking at. What about her? Your voice sounded unexpectedly... Wait, what about her? Your voice sounded unexpectedly weak and broke on the last word. Pathetic. Yeah, what about her? Nothing. She really wasn't special or anything, and you just couldn't figure out what the cloaked guy wanted. Just a healer we had to hire because of you fucktards robbing caravans and shit. Cloaked guy went silent for a while. His barely visible face expressed annoyance and slight anger. You quickly tried to think of something special about that girl, but nothing would come to your mind as if it's gone blank. Ropes seem to tighten up every time you move your hands, and now you just can't find a way out of this. He's not lying. A black silhouette with a deep voice appeared to the left of the cloaked guy's back. I told you we shouldn't have ended them all. Well, you damn sure can't fix this. You've heard a different voice somewhere near the campfire. A male teen was slightly visible in the light of the campfire. They're all dead, and that was unwise of you. There is no time for this now, the deep voice interrupted. We either get the girl or kill the girl. The girl gasped, as though she can't even cry anymore. All right then. The cloaked guy stood up and brushed absently at the dust of his clothes. He drew a massive crossbow from behind his back. You were literally shaking. Never been so afraid in your life. You tried to concentrate on the stranger's face, but you couldn't see anything except for his unwinking green eye. Can you please stop killing random people without them actually wanting it? Yet another voice heard. Now from the girl's tree, this strange-looking guy seemed to be trying to calm her down the whole time, though her face didn't express anything but silent fear since you awakened. Replied the cloaked guy, hesitating for just a second. Nah. Whip. Your spirit raised above your body. Well, that was not what you expected from death. Ow, Jesus. You look fucked up. Your neck does not exactly look good. Have you tried taking the arrow out? Oh, never mind. The cloaked guy got it. You have got a hell of a lot of questions, but what concerns you the most right now is what's gonna happen to the girl. If she's special, this might get pretty interesting. Ow, your hands look as if they're made out of glass. Beautiful. Dying sounds are not exactly the most calming ones, so the guy that sat next to the girl the whole time put his hand over her mouth so she wouldn't be screaming that loud. For the love of God, stop biting my hand! The guy shouted in pain when she finally calmed down. He put his hand down. Why don't you just kill me already? She whined, sobbing. Tears ran down her cheeks. Her eyes were completely red of crying. Well, we won't until we rape you, said the teen boy. Jesus, kid! Exclaimed the strange-looking karma guy. Thwip! A crossbow bolt flashed right in front of the boy's eyes. Oh boy, would be so nice of you to get that arrow out of mine. I'm so clumsy these days. Yes, sir. The thing is, we're not going to, said the cloaked guy, approaching the girl. When he bent down to her, she nearly went unconscious, but the stranger just untied the rope instead. She couldn't move, shocked by the whole situation. The whole group you were traveling with is now dead. You saw their faces in the light of a campfire. One of them was staring absently right at her, his skull smashed into halves. She tried to stand up, but collapsed onto cloaked man's arms. He just sighed there in despair. Well, you can't expect anything else from her, whispered the deep voice, looking all over the dead bodies. All of them dead just because of a girl. We better get rid of this mess, said the teen as he returned from the forest. Part 2. Here we go. Cart's wheels had a strange underwater sounding to them. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. What? You're lagging. You're lagging.
That
Lag.
was awesome.
Yeah, just type because you're lagging so hard. Oh, nice. So I'll just start from this beginning again. Wait, just gonna take a drink. Quick pause. Cart's wheels has a strange underwater sounding to them. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, a soft female whisper inside your head repeated all over again. You weren't exactly sleeping, but you felt as though you completely forgot how to breathe or move, but still somehow functioned. Don't you remember being 14? A deep male voice you most certainly have heard before asked in distance. It sounded as if its source laid behind a wall. It was hard to make out words. I wasn't like this, countered another voice in slight confusion. You could swear they both sounded familiar. Ah, come on, that's not the point, replied the voice with a bit of shame in it. After a moment of silence, it continued in a more serious tone. I just worry you'll miss one day. Well, 1 inch left and the guy's dead. I'm not going to miss, replied the second voice with a note of finality and irritation, almost offended to be doubted in. All right, do what you must, gave up the second man after a moment's silence. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. The mutter sounded louder and louder, insisting and begging at the same time. It drowned all other sounds. Hey, if Barley can burp, I can burp. The moment you opened your eyes, you regretted your birth. Your skull felt as if it was falling apart. Your whole head was hurting from the inside. A weak moan of pain came from your mouth. Guys, she's awake, a deep voice you most certainly have heard before, stated in nearly excited whisper. While you were pretty far from being excited yourself, you tried to recall where you recognized these voices from, but failed. Thinking so hard made your head hurt. Hurried steps echoed in your mind as someone approached you. You felt a slight touch of magic on your skin and, feeling too sick to even focus your vision, you didn't even try to resist, not prepared for the worst in the slightest. All patched up, said the magic guy a bit later. You felt better with just a slight dizziness replacing the horrible migraine. You raised your elbows to take a look around. You lied in a covered wagon with 3 people, the deep voice, the magic strange-looking guy, and someone completely wrapped in blankets. Everything was shaking. You couldn't be sure if it's just you feeling dizzy or the cart moving. The fuck happened? Asked the guy who just healed you. Your cue, he said, leaving all the hard work to another awake man in the cart. Well, in a couple of words, your caravan was attacked by a group of bandits, and the only person we managed to save is you, said the deep voice guy. You sighed. Never having lost anyone dear to yourself in your entire life, you didn't know how to react to the death of a human being. Not that you knew these guys too well, but they were still kind to you ever since you joined them in their journey. Tears appeared in the corners of your eyes, but you managed to hold yourself together. You rubbed your eyes. Do you have anywhere to return? Asked the deep voice guy in concern. I guess I don't. Not being able to remember even your own first name. You shook your head you shook your head absently. By the way, Mercy, his head's shaken, but it should be like shook. Heads up. In this case, we're heading to the glorious city of Atralion, and we are happy to have you on board. Well, looks like you don't even have a choice, do you? And the last question. Oh, show mercy on me with the questions, would you? You broke in. I don't even know. Well, my original plan was to state our names after we got one from you. Ah, I'm sorry. To put it mildly, you don't remember the feeling that awkward in a while. To put it bluntly, you don't even actually remember your name. I don't know. As silence was slowly turning into an awkward kind, you saw slight confusion on the deep-voiced guy's face. Well, hello, Mercy. You felt the mage's friendly pat on your shoulder. You suppose there's no going back from this point? End. There you go. You're welcome. Yeah, well, I mean, I've done that one. I mean, if there's another one, why not? And no, I'm not doing the milk one. I'm not doing the milk one. No. 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 I do not consent. Hello. I ain't reading no damn fan fictions anymore.
So we can mute ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, just normal conversation?
Yes.
It's
Ah,
pretty
yeah.
fucking gay.